Good evening, people. Your eyes are not deceiving y'all to some of my YouTube followers and everyone else. Yes, I, Craig L. Smith II, has returned with Let's Draw on Something. Finally, episode 21 is now underway. And as you see in the description, it's called The Return. What we're gonna talk about if my co-host decides to come on and join me, Jimmy McWright. I don't know what's taking him so long. He dragging his feet. But we got a nicely filled topical show and stuff like that, and a couple of fan questions on that people are asking from both our shows. They are the fans are following us from that listens to my boy the Jimmy JSmoove network. If y'all, in case y'all know him, he was born and raised in 901. Now he represents the 832. Y'all know how he do, but if y'all don't, y'all need to get a clue. So once again, let me reintroduce myself. I am Craig L. Smith II, born and raised 773, relocated to the 901, put up with so much shit that I'm going to talk about in the 256, and now I'm back in the and now I'm in 662. So y'all will definitely know how I do. We got a topic field show today. Jimmy and I we're gonna be talking about the Tyreke Hill situation and something and that pisses me off in regards to him for that matter. Uh as well. Jimmy has some boxing news, and I'm going to tell you where the hell have I been and everything. And then we also have a couple of questions that we may ask. But while I'm gonna send Jimmy this link again, but while Jimmy is slowly getting his feet, so to speak, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about a few things. Where the hell have I been? As everyone asks. Well, in case people didn't know it, I was several years ago, I got married. Almost 4 years ago, and he just told me he don't have it. Well, let me go ahead and send him the link back. But yeah, while I'm multitasking here, um, I was currently living in Huntsville, back in 2015, and had said the three words that nobody never said. Those two words, three letters that nobody would never believe I would have done when I said I do. But to make the long story short, that didn't work well. A lot of things really didn't work well in Huntsville. Now, granted, I did manage to go to school. I met some good people. I met some damn good people. I hit up two of my recruiters from that air from Aerotech. I was trying to think of the third one. I couldn't remember that name. But I hit up two of my good recruiters, two beautiful looking women, beautiful, beautiful. I'm not gonna say their names. They know who they are, and they man, and they did their best, man. When I didn't have no job at all, they they went out the way and found me one, and then the last one, thanked them for that because with the Centos job, and I met some good people out there at Centos. Granted, some were damn good, and others they could have used a lot of work. I'm not saying that in a negative way. I'm being humorous with about it, but I enjoyed my time in Huntsville. There, I met some good people, and like I said, they know who they are from both jobs, and shoot, I got a lot of shout outs, but the shout out list is too long. But the last, but that final weeks leading to the finalization of my divorces back in which was final back in my divorce was finally made was finally final several months ago, and all that legal all that little hula pula palaver on day end and stuff like that. I'm talking about my ex-wife's end on her end. You know, I'm not faulting her in no way. I'm not talking bad. I'm not gonna be, because I'm not gonna talk bad about a lot of people on here, even though I do, because some of them do deserve to have their ass talked bad about. Um, I'll do her a solid this time, even though despite the fact that she says she did do some old fuck shit. Um, Now, not gonna go into detail. I'm not gonna say anything bad about somebody. Okay, but man, there was a lot of stuff going on. We can recount from to June, which would led up to June 2018. I had my car. Uh, Shit, and on my way back to Huntsville, the damn head gasket blowed out. Um, Shoot, and had to get it towed back from Corinth. Had to get it towed from Corinth to Florence, Alabama, since it couldn't. It had to be somewhere about like an hour and change away, close to like the nearest city, close to where you live. So something was telling me Florence. Um, Hold on a second. Well, my co-host Jimmy J is having problems with his hangouts, but I'm gonna go ahead and just wing it. Uh, but yeah, right when I almost got to Corinth, my head gasket had blown out. Um, had to get it towed from Corinth to Florence, $300 out of my pocket, which is essentially was the car note. So had to do what I had to do. Had to get the car back somehow, some way. But man, hold on, man, because I'm being multitasking here. Okay, so while I'm doing that, hold on a second, y'all. Is that capitalized? Jimmy capitalized or small? Okay, so anyway, we be able to get back to the story. Uh, so I had to get the car towed up to Florence, which was about an hour and 25 minutes away. Which is about an hour and 35 minutes away from Huntsville. And I didn't get no help on my ex's end on that regards, trying to get it back because she was worried about quote unquote she wanted to enjoy her damn vacation. So yeah, yeah, some big help she was on that end, you may think, right? So what I had to do in order for me to bring my car, so what I had to do, desperate time call for desperate measures. I had to get a loan and take a chance of getting a loan from a little loaning company. I'm not gonna say their name, and to bring my car back from Florence to Huntsville, and that's what I did. So, she didn't, she didn't do any type of nothing. I mean, it wasn't much nothing. I mean, because she was putting me through a whole lot of hell as it was, and you know, and just like every marriage, and to let me say this to all the people out there that are married. Let me go on and say this here: do your homework, okay? Do your homework because there are a lot of people right now that are getting divorces, and they've been together like what have as I've said on here plenty of times. They've had having a cup of coffee, so to speak. I had me about 3 or 4 cups too many on mine. Yeah, I had me about 3 or 4 cups too many cups on mine. A cup of coffee with mine. So I learned my lesson on that. And will I get married again? Never say never, but man, but let me get back on the story, but back in the story on this one. Uh yeah, I'm sending this here to him. Okay. Now I can concentrate. But yeah, I mean, and then when I got my car back, okay, uh, her let's just say that her baby daddy, so to speak, but because I can't say what I really want to say. Well, fuck it, I am. I guess he was still her side piece. When we think about it, they both were each other's side piece. The side piece had dropped a dime on me going by calling and telling her that I got my car back. So I get a phone call and I'm getting ready to check out, see what's going on and stuff like that, so I can know what all I need to do. And I get a phone call around about that time from her, ask me, where did you get the money from to get your car back? I'm like, well, how did somebody? I said, well, and my retort to that was, well, how did you find out? I said, no, never mind, because talking about some, don't worry about it. I said, no, and her response to me was, don't worry about it. And I came back and said, no, I knew how you know. I said, because he dropped a dime, didn't he? You know, now if, my thing like this is here. My thing like this here. If you're gonna drop the dime on me about something what I done, don't. Okay, because really it ain't your business. Because I felt that was just kind of out of place for a guy his age. And here was this guy who never even talks with his own son. He's busy and was busy having children out of wedlock all around all over Huntsville and stuff like that. And don't won't even have time to acknowledge to see his son. Now, granted, his son was at the house that we were living in, and if you could took the time to drove past the house and saw me get my car back, you should took time. I felt he should have took the time and asked by saying, "Hey, man, hey, I'll get your car, see what's wrong with it, or whatever, like this and that." No, it's too much like right. And then like when I'm trying to find a pretty reasonable mechanic for myself, for my budget to work out what's going on, the ex-wife would always stay referring him, meaning her son's father, who she has a quote unquote friendship to this day with. If you read between the lines on that one, uh, she referred everybody to him, and it's someone like what somebody had asked me when I was had a conversation with a buddy of mine about it. Said, is she getting 10% of the take? And he said, I ain't talking about money either. And I knew what he meant by that. Um, but yeah, I mean, caught a lot of, was catching a lot of hell and stuff like that. And then fast forward to October, come to find out where rent the money where the house where we were living in which I was paying the rent on, and people that fit into the few people that know me through my ex-wife from her with her telling stories about me. Listen, don't believe any negativity you hear until you hear from the horse's mouth. I had a conversation a couple weeks ago with somebody, and I told him in secrecy that I'm not going to unveil this conversation, not going to unveil the conversation we had. But she, it came to my attention around about that time, the time last year. I was cheating. I was lazy. I wasn't doing my part paying the bills and all this other shit. And even when we stayed in an apartment in which she wasn't even doing her part either, I wasn't paying no bills either, was depending on certain little money. Well, now that that chapter's over, I can go ahead and spill the beans on what was going on. My ass at the time when we were living in an apartment, it was my ex-wife and I just by myself. And even when we moved in that house, it was just supposed to be the two of us. I was the one that was paying the rent in that apartment. Then we had cable. I was the one that was paying cable and the internet. I was doing all that. I was the one putting the food in the refrigerator. She didn't eat what I want to eat. I ain't never seen a sloppy person. You know, and sometimes, man, you can look at and you can tell to see how some people are. She was very unkempt at times. I mean, like if you get done with your food, if you finish with your food, you can do two things: cover it up, put it in the refrigerator, just throw it away. Don't leave it sitting out. You know that brings roaches. That's just nasty. But that's neither here or there. But now we can fast forward to October, and this will lead to the November return. Uh, Come to find out, when I got back from because I'm jumping the hurdles. When I got back from Huntsville, I was told to stop paying the rent because they were going to do it. I was like, okay, need to start saving money, do this and do that. Couldn't save money to take care of what I had to take care of. I had to pawn my last laptop. Then had to pawn my last laptop, and then I had to pawn a couple other things just to make ends meet. And then she was going around spending money, buying new trucks and all this other shit. Owed the landlord a shitload of money for the rent, left him hanging and everything. But then it was one night that did change. So one night I was just on the phone talking with my mom, man, and everything, and and all of a sudden you get a banging on the door. Bam, 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 bam. It's her son. And he come over there, call himself, he wanted me, he was ready to fight me, let alone he was ready to get his ass kicked. And I'm going to say this here, he was going to be a dead man. And I'm going to tell you why in a minute. Well, come to find out, he was told that when his mom was moving out, and which she wasn't supposed to, because by law, if you didn't file a legal separation, you know you're still married, you can't move. So she was so she had committed, my ex-wife had committed contempt on that regard by disobeying a judge's direct order, which meant you couldn't leave that motherfucking house, you couldn't leave shit, couldn't do nothing. So if you ain't, so I'm gonna say this here: if you haven't filed legal separation and you go to a judge, and when that judge asks you, did you file legal separation, you tell them no, guess what? Your ass still married pending the divorce. Suck it up, tolerate one another until everything is gone down. But no, she decided to take the high nigga road on that one. And I said it because the high nigga road on that regard. Uh, but anyway, let's fast forward to night. So I was talking, like I said, so I was talking with my mom stuff that night, because she's telling me some things that was going on here in Mississippi and everything else. And like I said, get the banging on the door, and it's her son. It's my ex-wife's son. And like I said, he was ready to fight. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because his mama and I, we got into an argument, because when you start shit and you fuck around, say the wrong damn thing, you be disrespectful. Sometimes you do need your ass. Sometimes you do need your ass knocked off. And she was bucking for it, but I didn't hit her. So I just slapped some stuff down on the floor, and she was going around telling her daughter, and telling everybody, and telling her daughter, and then which in turn with the middle daughter. And then the middle daughter turned around and gonna tell the son I threw something at her. Now, if he, it's bad, and it's bad that when it comes to me, it'd be a lot of people that be programmed to believe what the fuck they want to believe. They'll believe that I was able to that I was able to drop a shitload on the ground while walking. They will believe that. So anyway, he come over there ready to fight, and let alone in reality, I told him once before, now when you come ready to fight for me, just get ready to get your ass whooped, because I will whoop your ass. You know, and he was that night. So he kept talking about, some man, what you doing? Come out and did something to my mom. I told him, man, fuck on out and stuff like that, and told him, and he actually came by my house, which in right, hey, criminal intent, you know, but he didn't care, full of rage, and I just ignored him. So I told him, I said, look, man, take your ass on home before you get seriously fucking hurt. I said, and that's my last time telling him. He started got talking. So I said, maybe you didn't hear me, and I don't like to repeat myself. I said, take your young punk bitch ass home out and get the fuck out my face before you get hurt. And when he said that, man, I'm a punk bitch. Said, man, your mama a bitch. I said, nigga, what you say? And when I said that, and his sister's trying to break it up and everything, and she told me that he was wrong for saying that. So I literally wanted to grab, and I had the temptation to grab him and just strangle the hell out of his ass. And just strangle the hell out of him. And I bust out and told him, I said, nigga, I will kill your ass if you ever call my mother a bitch again. I said, you wasn't the first. So he get in the car running and everything. He called the police. So then I get a phone call from an inspector a couple days ago. He wanted to know if I wanted to press charges. Because my ex-wife's son was about to face some serious ass charges. Felony trespassing, terroristic threats, uh, attempted aggravated assault, everything. But in my rare act of forgiveness, in my form of forgiveness, I told him, no, I don't want to press charges. I said, because see, even though he was in his wrong, his sister's still gonna take up for him, and we threw it out. So fast forward later, hey, so my last day in the house, I had to leave. I had to find a place, I had to find myself a place to stay, place to crash for a minute. One of my coworkers at Centos, and he deserves a lot of respect from me for that nature. I still thank to this day for that. He allowed me to crash there for about a couple weeks, a couple days, till I get myself back on my feet and stuff like that. And several other days, man, I had to take a long pause. And several days, then afterwards, several other days, man, I had to shit live in a homeless shelter, which is fucking, to me, dehumanizing. And it wasn't, and really wasn't the best. So, I was just kind of like counting down the days and stuff like that. And then when I got my next couple paychecks and stuff like that, hey, I stayed in a hotel for 3 days until my last day. And that's when I got everything out of my storage unit. Uh, you know, and I talked it over with moms, man, and the rest was history. I said, hey, because she was telling me how she was struggling financially and everything else, and I told her, hey, I'll come on back and help you out, help you out on a lot of things, and that's what I did. Packed up the moving van and came on up to Huntsville. Huntsville. Came on back, made the 3 hour drive to South Haven, and came on back. So and been here since. But I'm doing okay. Trying pick myself back up. Just got to hurry up and get a car. So that's the only thing that I need to do right now. But I'm fine. But that last little period, man, it's just freaking dehumanizing and shit, man. It was just during them times I was just on the fucking brink of insanity. I was about to have a nervous breakdown, and I actually, was homeless. Like I said, was homeless. Had to stay in the shelter for a couple of days after I stayed with my coworker for a couple of several days there. And it's just, man, but that's just something, that's a period I just have to look back on, and I'm doing my best to forget that right now. I'm doing my best to forget that right about now. So, and been man, I'm trying to do something because my co-host sees and I having trouble with the link. So I've been, hey, so I've been just been trying to, maintain, like I always do. So, but other than that, man, let's get on with a couple of topics. Man, the Tyreke Hill situation. In case you guys didn't know, the NFL nor the Chiefs are not going to punish him for the child abuse situation. You know, as people didn't know, his ex fiance had called the police on him and stuff like that. You know, look up that Gaga because I don't want to get too much in detail that there. But what pisses me off even most is the fact that he punched his 3-year-old son in the chest. And then talking about, well, that's the way my mom and I did us. I'm like, no, you don't do your just because your mama did something when did y'all like that doesn't mean you have to do your child like that. So I'm telling y'all this here. Don't do your child like that. Ever. You know, don't hit your child in any way, shape, or form, none whatsoever. Um, like they some grown ass adult. That's what a belt is for. That's what you have a switch for. But now, when I think about it, the NFL not going to punish Tyreek about it, but they punished Adrian Peterson for whooping his child with a switch. Y'all remember that? Yeah, I do. It was fucked up. But y'all not going to punish this fool. And obviously, when you look at him, look how he looks at his face and everything. The dude needs help because he's been having some serious issues dating back to when he was at Oklahoma State, and Mike Gundy had to let him go because even though we know Oklahoma State is a quarterback school, a quarterback wide receiver school, Mike Gundy had to let him go because of the same shit, and because this same chick that was causing Tyreek problems was causing him problems at Oklahoma when he was attending Oklahoma State. So I mean, I feel and I don't condone what some things with the NFL is doing. I don't condone this. I don't condone them not the NFL not punishing him for this. But in some ways, maybe they had their reasons. I'm not saying, and granted, I'm not much of a big fan of the NFL as of right now after what they did to Colin Kaepernick, basically just slick blackballed him. But I think the Chiefs need to punish him too, not let him go. I think they need to punish him too by saying, hey, we need to offer you some counseling or whatever. You still want to play with us? Excuse me. Because think about it. If they're not going to punch Tyreke Hill, why they release Kareem Hunt after that videotape had resurfaced when he basically defended himself from a female? That's something to think about, peoples. So yep. But other than that, I'm trying to touch base with Jimmy and whatnot to see if he got a see what's going on with his hangout link. Cause might have to do something different. Might have to do something different here. Cause I'm gonna give him a phone call since he can't get a link. And then my phone, it is acting all fucked up. It's time for me to get a new phone. Cause I was supposed to got me phone on my last time I got paid, but I didn't. Hey, what's going on, bro? Jimmy. Not much, man. I'm trying to see if I can get something here working here. What's up, man? Yeah. Hey, I'm trying to see if I can get this working here, man, because I don't know what's going on with the hangout links. Let me go to my shit. Because I just sent you the hangout link. That's the error on here. Damn. I done sent this man 6 different hangout links and he hasn't gotten to one. Let me call him again because he hung up on my ass. I don't know what happened. Yo.
I can't hear you, brother.
Hey.
I'm here.
All right.
Yes, sir.
What's up? What's up with your hangout link? Cause I sent it to the email you gave me.
That motherfucker ain't came. There's obviously something going on. I don't know. I need to figure out what's going on. Probably just need to send it through Facebook or something. Because usually I can get it through that as well. At least my Jimmy McWright page, if you can send it again. If not, I know there's something. I know there's a hell of something wrong. But yeah, I heard you talking about the Tyreke Hill situation. From my understanding, people around the local Kansas City area, okay, people that I discovered around Kansas City, they said a lot of that shit was audio edited to get him fucked up. So if the NFL knew that he actually abused his child, they would have thrown him out the league. You know, he's an easy target. He's already has a history of whooping a whole ass and shit like that. So it's obviously something that they didn't see. It's obviously something that they saw that they was like, okay, we're gonna let him make it. You know what I'm saying? Because child abuse, that would have made that would have made the NFL look bad. So there's no way that he would have that if they know for a fact that he did this, there's no way they would have let that slide. Especially that no, I have to. I have to say that if they found something on him, they would have got him.
Yeah, because I basically I basically said the same thing, dog. Because I'm like, whoa, they let him go. I'm glad for him so he can continue his career. But honestly, man, Tyreke needs some fucking help. He needs to stop fucking with these. He needs to stop fucking with these women that be on this fuck shit.
I have to disagree with you there because if they would have found this dude abusing a child, indisputably, because you can do a lot of shit with audio editing, unless you know this person for sure have a voice. You know this person's voice for sure. This indisputably, this person, they would have gotten him. Trust me, they did the same shit with your boy Larry Hoover in Chicago.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. They had audio edit the nigga just to get him convicted. Now he was doing some fuck shit. Let's not get it twisted. But you know what I'm saying? They audio edit that shit just to get him convicted. Anybody from Chicago know about it. So with the easy target like Tyreke Hill, they would have gotten this dude. So I can't say this nigga need no help if they didn't find anything. They would have. There's too many ways to find some shit on the nigga, man. He would have been too big of an easy target. He would have been too easy of a target. You know what I'm saying? Because he already has that history going for him. So they would have got that dude if it was a real history. You know what I'm saying? Because they already took the kids away from him. The Child Protective Service took the kids away from him temporarily. So they would have got this dude. I'm just not gonna piss on the guy yet until I know the facts, the indisputable facts. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
In terms of that, but I think they would have gotten him. He's too easy of a fucking target. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
No, he didn't do that shit. Me first, he didn't do that shit. You know what I'm saying?
But if he did, but if he did hit his child in the chest, I don't condone no shit like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't.
I'll be the first to say this nigga needs to get some help and shit like that. I'll be the first to say this nigga need help. You know what I'm saying? But if they had something on that dude, they would have got him. I know for a fact. You know what I'm saying? Because he too goddamn easy of a damn target already. So it is what it is when it comes to that dude.
Yep. I know if you. Yeah. Well, I think you probably was listening in because I already went on ahead and cut to the chase about where the hell have I been, man.
Oh yeah, I was listening while I was going through this little bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So, um, yeah, I had a whole bunch of people at the house. I had to take their shit out. Because they just got through doing some audio shit. You know what I'm saying? Doing some
okay.
rapping and shit like that. It is what it is. I think I'm gonna get on.
Yeah, it look like this you right here, brother.
Okay, this is me. I'm gonna X out and then we're gonna get the rocking and rolling.
All right. Testing 1, 2, 3. Jimmy, say something.
What's up, man?
Yeah, I can hear you a little bit. You look, sound like fuzzy, like you're scratching in a little bit there. With your mic. Yo, hello. Bro, I can barely hear you, man. I can't hear you. Well, while Jimmy's is trying to adjust his audio issues, um, NBA free agency. Oh boy. Everybody. Well, matter of fact, I ain't. I'm glad that period is done, but everybody is talking. Is still hyping up the Lakers that they're going to win a championship. No, people, they are not. Point blank.
I don't know about that.
What?
I don't know about that.
Jimmy, adjust your mic. You for going in and out, dog. I can't even hear Jimmy. Jimmy.
Hear me now.
A little bit.
Yeah, I might just have to speak loud at this point. But yeah, I don't know about that, brother. I don't know
What you
about.
mean?
I don't know. I think the Lakers is the top team to. I think they're the top team to win the championship, followed by Houston. It's a toss up between Golden State. You could argue between Golden State and the Clippers. So
Yeah. Hey,
they
but don't wait.
they're the
Well,
top.
hold up. I ain't gonna say they're gonna win a championship. Don't sleep on Utah because they was making some damn good. They made some damn good free agent moves. Before the free agent period got started.
But the thing is, the coach. I can't think of the guy's name, but I
Quinn
know he comes
Snyder.
from Quinn Snyder. I know he comes from the Duke School of Hard Knocks. Uh, Quinn Snyder is gonna have to readjust that motion offense he runs. He's gonna have to go more up tempo because that dude offense is extra stagnant from what I'm seeing. So he's gonna have to make some adjustments to that mug. Just like my boy from Toronto during when they played the Golden State Warriors, they made it more up tempo.
Yep.
So I mean, most teams. I'm not saying in the NBA runs it, but a lot of quality teams they run some type of motion offense or some motion based offense of some sort. Now, I'll tell you another team you don't want to sleep on. Now that they got Derrick Rose and if he can stay healthy, that's Detroit.
Detroit.
Detroit Pistons.
Oh
They could
hell
be
yeah.
they could be dangerous because they got Dwayne Casey, they got Blake Griffin, and they got Drummond. You know what I'm saying? So he's a defensive specialist as well as a rebounding specialist. So that's another team you need to watch out for in the East. But pretty much, on the exception of Toronto, because I think Toronto's gonna drop off a little bit because of that bullshit they do with they're gonna drop off, bro. I'm telling you now, Toronto's gonna drop off because they should have did what they need to do. Uh, they should have did what they need to do with Kawhi. They should have went on and got Paul George and traded Siakam. I mean, yes, Siakam played out of his fucking mind during the
I wanted to
championship.
trade Siakam now. No,
For
I
Paul
wouldn't have done
George,
that.
Paul George is 10 times fucking better than fucking Siakam, man. Are you kidding me, dude? Are you kidding me, man? Are you serious?
Okay,
Are you know
okay,
you
okay.
gonna have me you gonna have me
And
sounding like
see,
Tommy Sotomayor. Are you
and
serious?
see, I was about to ask you about Toronto. I think Toronto probably gonna be. They'll probably be a 50-win team next year. They'll probably make more like second round. You know,
Yeah, it's gonna be a 50-win team, but if Kawhi say the guy who brought you the championship say, bring in Paul George and I'll stay. You need to make that fucking move.
man. What?
Kawhi carried you during the playoffs. He carried you when everybody when Kyle Foolery was playing when Kyle Lowry was playing like Kyle Foolery. I can't call him Kyle Foolery no more because he did come through during the championship. But when Kyle Lowry was playing like Kyle Foolery, guess who saved their ass?
Kawhi?
Kawhi. You know what I'm saying? Or as I say, Kyron, I'm gonna fuck Aisha Curry long dick style. You know, because I beat you in your house. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? Kawhi, if Kawhi saying, hey, I'll stay for this exception right here, you make that move. And that's not a piss on Siakam. Because you could have argued Siakam could have won the NBA Finals MVP. You know what I'm saying? You could argue that. But the thing is, I think Paul George would have brought more to the table because Paul George does play defense. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Play way better defense than Siakam does. I'm not saying Siakam don't play any defense. He's a better defender because he can guard multiple positions and stuff like that. And then you got to think about it. Paul George, even though LeBron James defeated defeated the Pacers when he was playing in Miami, LeBron James had to work for every fucking point, every fucking assist when he played in Paul George.
True.
He makes him out of everybody outside of Kawhi Leonard. He makes him work. That's one person that if LeBron gonna score 30 points against the Pacers, he's gonna take a shitload of shots. He's gonna work for every shot. So yes, that would have been a great move for Toronto because Paul George could have played the power forward position and would have put teams in dangerous positions because now you got to guard a guy that not only can make an outside shot, he can take you off the dribble and stuff like that. So that would have been Toronto would have gave people some problems. They would have went back to the finals again. Now I don't know if they would have won, but they would have went back again. So I think if you Toronto, you make that move. If a guy who's the NBA Finals MVP, which have never happened in history, that NBA Finals MVP leads the following season, that has never happened in history.
Never.
So it had to been something more than just Kawhi Leonard just wanting to leave. Because if you win a championship, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna stay and probably either stay until you retire, or you know what I'm saying. You're gonna do one more season to try to see if you can win it again. But it was a thing with Toronto to where they did not want to get Paul George. They wasn't willing to get Paul George. So
Maybe they didn't trust him.
Paul George is that dude now. I ain't gonna
Now I
sit
know.
there and Paul George, outside of the injury he had, he's a beast.
Yeah.
He's one dude out of everybody. LeBron James got problems with. You know what I'm saying? He's quicker than LeBron. You know what I'm saying? He makes LeBron work on the defensive end. You know,
And
so
he has a
the
better
thing is,
3-point shot than LeBron.
has a way better 3 point shot than LeBron. So that would have caused all types of matchup problems. You know, he's a way better 3 point shooter than Siakam. And again, this is not me pissing on Siakam. Siakam would have probably thrived somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, with George, with Kawhi, you got to make that move. And then I've seen a lot of people online really pissing on Kawhi Leonard because he left Toronto. No, that's his goddamn decision. You
Yeah.
traded him there.
But But you also hold
You
on.
know,
But see, you also when you I looked at the Toronto Raptors fan page, man. They gave some of most of the fans gave him nothing but love, man.
yeah, but you did
And
have some.
one dude, but then like you said, you did have some ones. You had some of the old fuck faces that had to say something. But one fan put it best. She said, "Wish we had more players like Kawhi Leonard."
Yeah, I mean Kawhi's the foundation was the foundation of that championship. Was the foundation of that championship run. They ought to be happy. Kawhi did everything he needed to do was bring a championship, and he left.
Hmm.
And you know, if he retired, you it wouldn't have been as much criticism. Now, I do respect Toronto, some of the guys that wasn't with the fuck shit, with the fuck face shit, for lack of a better term. You know what I'm saying? That saluted him like, hey, thank you for giving us a championship. You know what I'm saying? And that's wish you the best, man. You know what I'm saying? So, and I
Right.
kind of knew Kawhi was going to the West Coast of some sort because he got a place in Oceanside. So, I kind of knew that. So it is what it is when it comes to that, man. So, yeah, man.
All right, you got some boxing news, man?
Oh, Manny Pacquiao defeated fucking Keith Thurman last night, and that shocked me. And to this surprise, because everyone's surprised, he is the first person to win a championship as a teenager and as a 40-year-old, and he's like the third oldest champion behind Bernard Hopkins and George Foreman. And let me just say this: if Pacquiao want to go out as a champion, I mean, go out with a big money grab, he need to go and fight Errol Spence in Dallas or somewhere in Texas. Get that 50,000, 40,000, 70,000 crowd. He can easily get paid $60 million. Go on and go out on top and stop fighting because sooner or later somebody gonna knock your motherfucking ass out.
Mm-hmm.
40 years old, your chin ain't as strong as it is in your 20s. You can take all types of punishment in your 20s, but when you get closer to 40, he needs to go and sit his ass down somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, you look good against Keith Thurman, but you got to think about it. Keith Thurman been inactive. He's had multiple injuries over the last two and 3 years, and this is not to piss on Pacquiao's accomplishment. Yes, you beat an undefeated fighter in Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, you're not gonna do that same shit against Terrence Crawford or Errol Spence. I guarantee you, he's not gonna do that. So he needs to go and either retire or take the Spence fight and go and retire. You know what I'm saying? Either way, he needs to consider hanging it up in the future. And one of the reasons why he's still fighting is because he owed debt he owed IRS debt over there in the Philippines, which a lot of people is not talking about because a lot of people coming out with rumors talking about Floyd is broke, but that dude actually have documented IRS debt. And not only that, when and this is the reason why you become your own promoter as a boxer. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
speaking of dudes who are boxers. Get you a good lawyer like Sugar Ray Leonard did back in the 70s. Get a couple investors together. You know what I'm saying? And start your own promotional company. And Sugar Ray Leonard did it because Sugar Ray Leonard was his own promoter. You know what I'm saying? What he did was he did independent contracts with Don King and Bob Arum, which I call Top State. You know what I'm saying? He did independent contracts. You know what I'm saying? And he got a percentage of the revenue from the boxing events and shit like that. And he was his own boss. You know what I'm saying? And more guys need to do that. And the main reason why you need to do that because you will be in a situation you don't want to be in a situation like Manny Pacquiao where you're 40 plus years old still fighting. And the thing about Manny Pacquiao's promotional company is a beast. He has some
Mm-hmm.
damn good fighters over there in the Philippines. Have talent over there in the Southeast Asian area that he could promote and make money off of. But the thing is, Bob Arum had fucked him up over so bad because all a promoter got to do is write down, okay, let's say, uh, let's say, the pay per view buys is like 1 million views and shit like that.
Right.
So he can easily say, okay, you made $20 million, but in actuality, I gave this nigga 10 million dollars. So that's the reason why he ended up with debt with the IRS over there in the Philippines because
Oof.
uh, Bob Arum has shortchanged him, and Bob Arum has a history of shortchanging people. This is not nothing new. He's been doing this for many years. This is why you see a lot of boxers, particularly black people and other ethnicities, go broke because tactics like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, on paper you got 20 million, but really you only getting a fraction of that in some cases.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So Manny Pacquiao is a good-hearted guy, so he spent a lot of money as well. Trying to support the Philippines and shit like that. So a lot of that money is gonna be gone. And then when they look at the IRS paperwork, well, the paperwork when they see the paperwork, they're gonna be like, damn, you made this kind of money, you owe us an IRS debt. So that's why Manny Pacquiao is still fighting. And I think Manny Pacquiao, either he needs to retire now or take that Errol Spence fight and get paid off and go and retire from that point. You know what I'm saying? And Manny
I
Pacquiao
do the
should have
latter.
been yeah, and Manny Pacquiao should have been got with fucking Al Heyman. Al Heyman was trying to get with Manny Pacquiao in 2010. He was like, hey, we can make this a 50-50 split if you get with Al Heyman, if you sign with PBC, and he did not do that. And this is why he's still fighting at 42 fucking years old and shit like that. So Manny Pacquiao needs to go and take that Errol Spence fight. Get your ass whooped, get your ass knocked the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Because Errol in Dallas, that DeSoto, Texas, aka Dallas, Texas area, nigga gonna knock him the fuck out. If he fights uh, Crawford and Errol Spence, he's getting knocked the fuck out by one of those niggas. If it ain't Spence, it's gonna be for sure Terrence Crawford. But I think Spence gonna knock him the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? But at least he gonna get paid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he either needs to hang it up now or hang it up when he fight Errol Spence. So, but again, congratulations on that victory, man. And I'm not pissing on him, man, but he just needs to get his shit together, man. That's the only thing about Manny Pacquiao right now. So another boxing news I had was Dillian White became the WBC mandatory for Deontay Wilder. He gonna get his ass knocked out too. You know what I'm saying? He ducking and dodging Luis Ortiz, which Deontay Wilder gonna fight in November, and that's the reason why Deontay Wilder gave Luis Ortiz the fight because people was ducking and dodging on him. He's taking a chance with Luis Ortiz because that old man can knock him out and hold up the whole division and shit like that. So I think once Deontay Wilder beats him, he's gonna fight Andy Ruiz, who has the other three titles, and then we're gonna have an undisputed matchup in May with those two guys. And another rest in peace to Pernell Whitaker. I
Yeah.
grew up watching Whitaker in the '90s and stuff like that, and he had some pop to his punches as well, but his defensive skills, you could argue he had better defense than Floyd Mayweather. Some would say he had better defense than Floyd Mayweather. You can go either way with the guy, but I hate Pernell died because one, boxing didn't treat him right. He got robbed at least of 3 victories. You know what I'm saying? That's one. And
Hmm.
number two, the guy was getting his life back together because Pernell Whitaker was a crackhead. Unfortunately, I hate to piss on the guy. I'm not trying to piss on him, but it is what it is. Shame the devil and tell the truth, goddamn it. But
Yeah.
he was a crackhead, and it got so bad for him to where his family wasn't helping him out in terms of paying off the house. He had to take the house, a house that he bought his mother. He had to take it from him because unfortunately he wasn't making the same money as a trainer as he was as a fighter. You know
Talking
what
about
I'm saying?
Parnell, right?
Yeah, Pernell. Unfortunately, he had to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because he was telling me like, "Hey, y'all gonna have to help me out," because the house was paid for. The house
Hmm.
was fucking paid for, and nobody in that family wanted to chip in. So they were like, "Oh, you had all this money," you know what I'm saying? But to his defense, the guy was on drugs, and you could tell he was on drugs when he fought Felix Trinidad, one of his last fights. He was out of there. You could tell during the interview he was on some drugs, but he cleaned himself up and started and opened up a gym out there in Norfolk, Virginia, and started and started a boxing gym. And he trained Jam. He helped Zab Judah get a world championship, and he helped a couple of other people become a world champion. So he was just not getting his life together, and you know what I'm saying. Trying to push away his past demons. And all of a sudden, he gets hit by a car
Wow.
walking down the street up in the beach, unfortunately. And I just hate that for that guy because
Man.
he been through fucking so much as not only as a fighter but as an individual trying to get his life together, trying to help other people get their lives together. So for a guy to become a world champion, a first ballot Hall of Famer in the International Boxing Hall of Fame, and try to teach others how to be a Hall of Fame boxer in itself. I mean, and to get his life to go through all the shit he went through and to have that all taken away from him, it's very unfortunate, man. And to the Whitaker family, man, I you know what I'm saying, my condolences to y'all for that, man.
Yeah.
I just hate
Condolences.
that. Yeah, because he was an exciting. He wasn't just a defensive fighter. He was an exciting defensive fighter. Motherfuckers would literally be right in front of this nigga, and they couldn't hit this dude. He made being a defensive fighter exciting. You know what I'm saying? So I hate that. I hate the. You know what I'm saying? I hate this guy got killed, man. And like I say, man, he had more punching power than what people realize. You know, go back and watch that display or Tato fight where he was down on the scorecards, and in the 11th round he caught this nigga with a straight left hand, and then when he got back up, he was mauling this dude with the left hand, and the referee had to stop the fight. This dude had more power than what people realized he had. You know what I'm saying? Because if he caught you clean, you out of there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't want people to remember Pernell Whitaker as just a defensive fighter. He had pop to his punches. Yes, he had a less than 40% knockout percentage, but that shit was very deceptive because you better ask Roger Mayweather how hard Pernell Whitaker hit. But again, condolences to the Whitaker family and to the people he trained, to the people that he was close to, the fellow boxers he was close to. Man, rest in peace to the brother, man. You got anything you want to say on that, brother?
No, just rest in peace to his family. I may check out some Parnell Whitaker fights on here, look up some stuff. But I want to
Mm-hmm.
read something here before we get to a couple of fan questions.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and you wouldn't believe who this statement is from. And I'm not gonna say the name
Mm-hmm.
till after I read the statement. So you ready?
Go ahead.
Quote: There's a racial division in this country that's being instigated by the president, and we here at ESPN haven't had the stomach for that fight. What happened last night felt un-American. We here at ESPN haven't had the stomach for that fight because Jamel Hill did some things on Twitter, and you saw what happened after that. And then here, all of a sudden, nobody talks politics on anything unless we can use one of the sports figures as a meat shield in the most cowardly possible way to discuss these subjects.
Mm-hmm.
The only way we can discuss it around here, because this isn't politics, it's about race. What you're seeing happening around here is about race, and it's been turned into politics. We can only talk about it around here when Steve Kerr or Greg Popovich says something. And on
Mm-hmm.
that note, Steve Kerr and Greg Popovich always says something about the black community too, especially Greg Popovich. He basically say, "Don't take us for granted." But let me continue. We don't talk about what is happening unless there's some sort of weak, cowardly sports angle that we can run through when sports has always been a place when the stuff changes. We won't talk about it unless Russell Wilson is saying something about it on his Instagram. Then we have the power to run with it. Weak ass shield. It is anti-ethical to what we should be. And if you're not calling it aberrant, and if you're not calling it aberrant, obviously racist, dangerous, rhetoric, you're complicit. And you wouldn't believe who said this.
Wow.
You wouldn't believe who
That
said it. Dan Levitard.
Dan Levitard. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I totally agree. It is
Mm-hmm.
what it is. Man.
Mm-hmm. Dan Levitard basically been saying the same thing we've been saying for what, Jimmy? 2 years
Yeah,
on
I've
our
been
live
saying.
streams. You've been saying it for
I've
the
been.
longest.
I've been saying that for the longest, or I should say, we in particular been saying this for the longest on our particular live streams and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it is what it is, man.
I mean, I gotta agree with him, man. Uh, this ain't well, kind of like a couple of fan questions here, but this is one I stole from my boy. Shout out to him, the Murph, Trey Murphy. And I'm gonna put it off his face. I stole his status question, which
Mm-hmm.
is, and this is something that I think us males can answer this. Let me pull it up. I'm on the computer right now. Damn
Mm-hmm.
internet here is slow.
Yeah.
He asked, why do so many on his Facebook? Why do so many black women hate Beyonce? Is she that damn talented, beautiful, and rich? That's it.
It's a number of different reasons. Uh, One, they can't get a nigga like Jay Z if they dreamed about it.
Hmm.
Because you know when Jay Z came out talking about he did cheat on Beyonce, and let me tell you this: just because somebody cheats don't mean it's the end all or be all relationships.
Right.
People got to learn what they tolerate and what they can't tolerate. You know, some people can tolerate cheating. Sometimes some people can't tolerate cheating. So you got to know what you can tolerate. And in retrospect, Beyonce is like shit. I got me $1 billion nigga with kids who ain't gonna never have to worry about eating again. I'm gonna hold on to this dude. Yeah, Jay Z's a hoe, but I'm gonna fuck with this nigga tough, man. You know what I'm saying? And they got all types of shit together. You know, they own each other's record labels together. You know, Beyonce's record label is better than what people realize it is because the woman who's gonna play the Little Mermaid, guess what? She's on her record label. Her and her
Hmm.
sister. So it's a number of different things why they hate on Beyonce and shit like that. And it's real coonish to me if you just want to ask me. You know what I'm saying? So it's a number of things why they hate on Beyonce. Uh, you know, so I mean, and a lot of times those females got worse in situation going on than Beyonce's ever will. And you know, Beyonce know how to play against these people because a lot of times she be making songs like you just don't know about me, which was written by Neo. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And she plays into that anthems, and a lot of times she's not writing half of those songs, but she
No, she
still
ain't.
and she still gets like 50% of the album copies, and she still get 50% of the record because she has her own shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what she
Hmm.
do? She 50-50 with the distributor, and then you know what I'm saying. In order for her distribution to go fast, she pays off all the people at Parkwood Entertainment, and then bam, you know what I'm saying. That's how she make her money. And then with concert revenue, you know what I'm saying. She gets paid. I think I said that number was like 20 or 50% up front, and then 50% for completion of the concert. You know what I'm saying? So she get her money. He get her money up front. So it's a number of reasons why you would hate Beyonce. Beyonce could go on a 6 month, 3 month, 4 month, all year round tour and make more money than they'll ever make in their entire fucking life. So yeah, it's a number of reasons why people would hate on Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? And I say cut that bullshit out, man, because you could do better than Beyonce, or you could do halfway as good as she is. So it is what it is when it comes to Beyonce, man.
Yeah,
What
I
your thoughts on?
agree. And then another people kind of point out, and then some of the females they'll point out said that like when they go to a concert, she basically does the same thing over and over. Her choreography is still the same, and everything else. Says
Uh
she
huh.
barely sings the song. She be talking. She'll talk for like 10 to 15 minutes before she actually do the song.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah, but but y'all pay. But the thing is,
but
you
but the thing,
motherfuckers.
but I know what you're gonna say. But the thing is, y'all get shit. She gets 10% of the gate because of y'all black women.
Exactly.
10 to 15%.
Yeah. So it is what it is,
I
man.
mean, shit. So you think about it, shit. 10% of the house goes to her. So
Hmm. Hmm.
I tell everybody all this. Explain this shit to everybody. Yep. All right, that was something that was answered on. I got that. I stole that from my boy Murph. His question that was on. He asked on his status update. But man, let me see what other stuff we can talk about here. But man, hey, but yeah, but did you and let me tell let's draw something here. I failed to mention that I did post a video on my page about the fact that I was homeless. So and my co-host on here was the
Hmm.
first one to hit me up. He was like, "What the fuck happened?" So everything that you heard on this story here happened. So in the beginning, that it did happen. But I don't. But Jimmy, when I look back on that man, I don't hold no grudges toward her. I don't because, like I said in the beginning, if you're gonna marry somebody, ladies, if you're gonna marry a man, or a woman, or a shim, or whatever you gonna do, fellas, you y'all in that same boat. Do your damn homework.
Agreed.
Do your damn homework. Cause like like with me, things was going pretty good. And then when you, shit. And another thing, let me add on that story here. Well, we really didn't have any fan questions. That was just one. I stole that question from the status about Beyonce, but um, what I was about to say. And another thing I want to add, because when we had when like I said, my ex-wife and I, we had the house to ourselves. When her kids started moving back in, when her children started moving back in, that really complicated things like a motherfucker, man. It's just like, goddamn, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it here. You know, damn. I can't, I was gonna say I can't. I'm like, damn, I can't
Mm-hmm.
make love to my wife like I normally do, whatever, or walk around buck ass naked like we do. Which is real talk. It ain't just saying it's not just saying nothing to be funny about that, but that is the truth. You know? And what was that rule you said, Jimmy? It was something you told me in a private conversation. Like some folks say, man, I've been on my own 18. You're on your own 18, but you 25, you come back doing this and that. I forgot what it was, what you said, but I'm not talking bad about her, about her middle daughter and the youngest son. But but goddamn, they at least should have learned from their older sister how to handle their business.
Oh yeah.
I ain't gonna tell her business about that on regards to what she does, but I'm happy for her with her new job. She got the dream job she wanted. She studied for it. She worked her ass off to get it. You know, but if they, but damn, that really had complicated a lot of things, man. I'm like, shit, damn. No, I'm just thinking like, I can't have, when I was married, I'm like, man, I can't have sex with my wife on the regular.
Yeah.
Cause these motherfuckers, cause they ass in here. Shit.
Yeah.
And then like said, like with the like it came to my attention, I was putting name on food. I'm like, well, yeah, when I'm buying shit and you ain't chipping in on nothing and you eating up all my food, I got a right to.
Exactly. Yeah, man.
I told him, I said, man, you lucky. I said, you lucky. I didn't put no. I said, hey, you lucky. I didn't put no mom in there. Mom, yeah, milk and magnesium.
Yeah, man.
But I'm glad that chapter is over with in my life. I'm trying to rebound and stuff like that. Uh, and if you need guys need some links, just go on my YouTube page. You'll see the thing about when I'm homeless and stuff like that. Uh, and also, and we talked about it plenty of times. So you can go on Jimmy JSmoove's page, and look up "Craig Comes Clean."
Okay.
Actually, Craig Comes Clean was the precursor of things to come.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You
man.
know, but I was asked, will I go back to Huntsville again? Yeah, to visit.
I agree, man.
There's nothing bad about it. It maybe probably live, may I probably live there again, maybe. But when you really do your research about Huntsville, if you don't have a IT degree or anything or prior military experience, good luck finding a job.
Oh yeah. It's one of them spots you already got to have it together.
Yeah, because like a lot of people relocate from Chicago to live in Huntsville. That was a shock. You know, I'd have met about and his and when I did my little research on it. Take a wild guess, guesstimated guess of a number of the people living that are from Chicago that are living in Huntsville.
What is about 20% of the city?
Close, you were close. How about 40?
Wow.
40%. 40%. The population of the city of Huntsville have Chicagoans there.
Yep, Chicago roots.
And Chicago roots. Chicago roots. Hey, because like I said, my time living in Huntsville, I saw a lot of Chicago ways there too, man. Like Jimmy, when was the last time you seen kids out 10, 11 or 11:30 in the morning outside playing?
When I was a teenager,
I got you beat. I was one of them kids in Chicago that did that. Matter of fact, 12 o'clock when wrestling was off, I went outside. If it was too cold, I stayed inside. If it was too hot, I stayed inside.
yeah. People don't realize how hot Chicago can get. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? People don't realize it.
Mm.
They think, they're relatively warm, but if you go in the summertime, oh, you can burn up in there.
Yeah, and I tell people that. Oh man, Chicago don't get as hot down here in Memphis. You want to fucking bet?
I can
Shit,
tell you,
August
shit.
is a motherfucker, but I shit, August is a motherfucker, but then toward the end, that's when fall begin, dog. The temperature's gonna be cool as hell. You gonna be. I think the last week of August, if it still happens, you think you're gonna be going outside wearing shorts. Next thing you know, you're gonna be going running there getting a windbreaker.
Mm-hmm.
That's how quickly fall. See, and one thing about like up in the Midwest or wherever, Chicago is known to be on time with a lot of shit, especially in the season.
Mm-hmm.
But it gets hot. When it start turning cold here in the South, especially where somewhere like what, it don't start getting cold till like late November.
Well, depends. Sometimes it's October, sometimes it is November, sometimes it's September. Sometimes September will creep up on you. So it depends.
Yeah,
It depends. And, well, out here it don't start getting cold till like late November, really. You know what I'm
right.
saying? You might get a couple of cold spells in October, here and there, but it don't officially get cold here until like the end of November. So yeah, that it definitely holds true in Houston. You know, what little cold we do get out here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Man, you got anything you want to tab
Yeah.
for your if you got an upcoming show coming up? Jimmy J Smooth Network.
I just wanted to bring up, well, I wanted to bring up a few topics. Eddie Murphy's got a $70 million Netflix deal
Mm.
coming up, and I think that's incentives to go along with that as well. So he's
Yeah,
gonna
you heard he
return to
getting
the
back in the
stand up.
stand up too.
Yeah, he's gonna get back in the stand up, which is I think he should have did that a long time ago. But hey, it is what it is. When somebody drop you $70 million plus, um, what I'm saying, a percentage of the Netflix revenue, because people just heard it's $70 million, but he gets a percentage of Netflix, the
Hmm.
revenue from it. So he's gonna be doing pretty good, man. It's kind of similar to Dave Chappelle, but I think it's a little bit more sweeter than Dave Chappelle's contract. So congratulations to Eddie Murphy, man.
Yeah,
He still got a young child he got to take care of course.
yeah.
At
By
least,
woo, by Mel B.
at least
Lord,
a
have mercy,
couple of
by Mel. Well, I know the one by Mel B. God damn. Woo.
them. He got one by Mel B, and he got a
And
couple.
with his
I think he
current
got,
wife.
yeah, with his current wife. So congratulations to Eddie Murphy, man. I hope he does his thing, man. I think he's gonna get a lot of people ordering Netflix, mainly because his name, because his name stands out alone, man. And when you hear about comedians, every comedian you think of, they want to be like Eddie Murphy. So I mean, when
I
you
mean,
have people that,
Eddie was original. Cause I mean, he
oh
started
yeah,
out because see, he 58 now. I think he'll be 59 this year or next year.
yeah,
Uh, look it up. I think he just turned 58 because he started
yeah,
in '84. So he was like well in his early 20s when he was on Saturday Night Live and everything. He did Beverly Hills Cop. Matter of fact, he did Beverly Hills Cop before he was even 25. So
yeah,
the first Beverly Hills Cop
yeah,
before he was
yeah.
25 years
Uh,
old.
oh yeah. So I mean, yeah, definitely. And the thing about comedy is usually dudes be old as hell before they get a breakthrough in comedy, but
He
he
was
got
young
a
as fuck.
breakthrough early. early as hell, early as a 20-year-old. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
I mean, he's one of the rare people in comedy out there because usually, you got people like Steve Harvey had to wait till they like. I'm talking about the prime Steve Harvey. I ain't talking about
Yeah.
this Steve Harvey,
Not no, not
but the
cool
prime,
Steve Harvey. Prime Steve Harvey. Prime
yeah, the
Steve
prime
Harvey was
Steve
funny
Harvey
as
with
hell.
the little afro, he was in his 40s by the time he got his breakthrough. This Steve Harvey we got now, man. This man got lost in the sauce, but the prime Steve Harvey, oh shit, man, he was raw and uncut, man.
Let,
That nigga need to come back home, man. You know what I'm saying? So it
let me
is what
ask
it
you
is.
this.
Mm-hmm.
What if, let's flip the script. What if
Mm-hmm.
we had the prime Steve Harvey right now, and then we had the lost in the sauce Steve Harvey back then?
Mm. I don't know. I think, I think, oh man, he would have. I think people would have ran him out in the ringer, lost in the sauce. Steve Harvey back then, you know, which would have been his prime. But the prime Steve, oh man, he used to kill it, man. But yeah, with back on Eddie Murphy, man, congratulations to that brother,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Yeah, but another thing I wanted to get to discuss, well, at least a couple of things. Avatar is officially no longer number one. The Avengers Endgame at the end of their run finally surpassed Avatar as number one, which I knew they was gonna do because the DVD is gonna come out and sell sometime this week. So at the end of the box office run internationally, they officially surpassed Avatar as the number one movie of all time, which that was expected because usually a lot of people don't come to the movie theaters and go see a movie on this side of town. I'm talking about the AMC 30 off of
Mm,
Westheimer and Dunval. Uh,
mm.
but for some reason, when it came to the end game, everybody, you couldn't even get a fucking parking spot.
You
And
couldn't. Hell no.
My Uber driver barely got in that mug because it was so many people going to see that. It was so many people going to see that hole. We barely, and I had to order online. Standing in line, I had to order it online just to get a seat in that bitch.
Wow.
It was so many people ordering that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, congratulations to the Marvel division of the Disney division. Kevin Feige, congratulations to him. And speaking of Kevin Feige, he did a good job with Spider-Man. My only quarrel with that is Zendaya. They could have made they put some makeup on that motherfucker. Come on, man. Zendaya look better than that, man. I mean, give her an eyeliner or something. They made her too plain. That was my only piss. Like Kevin Feige, you gotta do better than that, man. Zendaya, man, and she don't need a lot of makeup. Just don't make her so fucking plain. Shit, she a cute chick. You know what I'm saying? And of course, her father is from Arkansas, which is where my mother's from, Arkansas. So you know what I'm saying? That, that's a plus for her. So I mean, and she went to the best performing arts school out there in the Bay Area. If I'm not mistaken, I think she went to the same school that Tupac went to, a performing
Mm-hmm.
arts school. If I'm not mistaken. Uh, but anyway, man, put some makeup on that girl, man. She looks good. Make her beauty stand out. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But again, congratulations to the Marvel division on having success with um, Spider-Man, and congratulations to Disney for becoming the box office number one this week with the Lion King, which that was expected. Nobody was gonna catch the Lion King. It just wasn't gonna happen. It was gonna be a lot of people that wanted to see the Lion King. They just straight pissed on Spider-Man, who was number one at the box office the last 2 weeks. I mean, they made $185 million in the United States alone.
Yeah, and
So
I'm going to
they
go see. I'm going to see Lion King next week. But what
yeah.
I did read,
Hmm.
what's his name, Chiwetel.
Hmm.
Man, they rank they ranked his version of Scar right behind Jeremy Irons' version. That's something. Because
Oh
they
yeah,
said
man.
because he said he made Scar sound. Because they said you thought Idris Elba doing Shere Khan was evil.
Hmm.
Ooh, they said Chiwetel did him good. Because he put a little funniness to him too.
Oh yeah,
Because the
and
mannerisms was like, really? You know,
and
like,
he did a hell of a job. I mean, the entire cast. Now,
because they said it, the one scene, though, hate to spoil it, because you know, when Scar, not in the animated version, Sarabi stood up to Scar, right? So they repeated that
hmm
same, they repeated that same one. When
hmm
they repeated that same, they repeated the same thing. Said Jeremy Irons didn't say nothing. But Chiwetel added his own spin to it, like, you dare talk to your king like that? Your brother-in-law?
oh yeah,
Really?
I mean, Jeremy. Yeah, I can't take nothing away from either one of them because Jeremy Irons it was a hell of an actor in his own right.
Yeah, he still is, man. He's
And
just chilling. So
really, oh yeah, Oscar-winning actor and everything. So for him to get compliments from Jeremy Irons, who's a hell of an actor in his own right, that speaks volume. But Favreau,
Jack Favreau.
who
And who he's
Favreau,
also a damn good actor too, by the way.
yeah, he actually directed The Lion King, and he didn't go away from the original script. It
Now
was
I think when John Favreau did Jungle Book, he stuck with
yeah
the
he
true
made
script. Plus
yeah
some,
so
plus he. They said with Jungle Book, because everybody was bitching about it, but they said, well, when you read the book, the animated version of Disney cut it out.
uh-huh yeah
Cut out the part like when Shere Khan was talking to
hmm
what was the Esposito's character when he, I mean, we was just talking to him.
I didn't see the remake of the Jungle
Yeah,
Book. I didn't.
yeah, but I'm spoiling for you because man, Idris Elba played boy, Shere Khan's an evil motherfucker in that one, boy. Whew.
Oh yeah,
When he
but
killed when he killed what you call's father that was taking care of him. What's the Esposito? Well, I forgot his first name. He was in Malcolm X and Do the Right Thing with the
Giancarlo
glasses and shit on.
Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah, Giancarlo Esposito's character. Man, the way Shere Khan killed that man, type. So you knew the cub was here all along, and
Yeah.
you were taking care of him. Yeah, and you just and the way when Shere Khan got up and said, and he snatched him by his neck, saying, "You gonna stand there and lie to me?" I'm like, damn, because they said that moment there fucked everybody up, and they said, and John Favreau said that scene right there when Shere Khan killed what you call Maui's adopted father, that was in the book
hmm
when he snatched him by his neck and flung him over.
Yeah.
And then he sat back down. And he sat back down and was looking. But yeah, I'm gonna go check out Lion King next week, man. You know, payday coming up, stuff like that. Got to take care of a few things. Bills. I definitely got to give me a new phone. So, because this damn ZTE phone be cracking and shit and cracked and did such and a whole bunch of other bullshit. So I'm ready to get rid of it. I'm finna, oh, damn, excuse me, y'all, upgrade. So, but speaking of
hmm
and Jimmy, I noticed that you had liked this status update from that I put up on July 8th.
hmm
Uh, I'm not gonna say who I work for as far as cable goes, but I would like to humbly share on behalf of all the listeners of Let's Draw on Something, especially on the the Jimmy JSmoove Network show. I would like to humbly, before I leave, I would like to humbly express 6 tips of when you plan on getting cable after moving into an apartment or a house.
hmm
Number one, make sure you have cable connections behind your wall plate. If you don't have any wire behind the wall or walls, don't you dare, I repeat, and this is where I do this, don't you dare call the cable company. Call your electrician first so they can run a wall fish. Then you call cable for installation. The former makes much more sense instead of the latter. And let me tell you this here. I had to go over to a person's house one time. Guy wanted internet, and come to find out, I'm trying to figure out why this dude wasn't getting no signal. So come to find out, I took down this wall plate. This dude did not have no wire behind the cable wall. behind the walls for the spot for his cable. So when you move to a house, don't be in a hurry just to move in, all this other shit, then call cable, and then you find at the last minute we can't do the job. I speak for everybody on this. AT&T and Cox Communications down in the further parts of Louisiana, wherever, whatever cable company down there in Texas, whoever. So just say, for example, if Jimmy moves to a new house today, move to a new house next month, built brand new from the ground up, he's gonna make sure that he got cable wires. I ain't talking about amalgam of old ass wires and shit or whatever and everything else. Hey, I installed some man that had brand new houses built from the ground up, already had the wires already for me, and all I had to do was hook it up, get that shit going. All right, everything good? Yeah, blah blah blah, all that gaga. See you later. That's it. So when you move into a house, check your damn house. If you move to your apartment, check your damn apartment.
Exactly.
Don't call no cable company. Don't call no cable tech and say I need cable. Then pull out the wall plate, ma'am. You ain't got no wall behind there. And we done. And hey, I'm not an electrician, so don't ask me if I wall fish, and don't ask me what a wall fish is, because I will look at you upside your head. In my mind, I would look at you upside your head, but in reality, when you have your back turned, I will be looking at you upside your head too.
And also, let me add to that as well. If you're living in an apartment, make sure you got protocol to hook your cable up with other cable companies you decide to get, because sometimes some people will only deal with Time Warner, some people will only deal with Dish Network. So make sure you're able to use whatever cable company you want to use, because otherwise you just wasting the motherfucker's time. So it is what it is. Continue, please, Craig.
All right. Number two, if I have a work order that says, and I quote, so and so needs internet installed, then that is the job I'm doing. Don't plan on being extra by telling me you want some cable as well. Not being a douchebag when it comes to this, but if it says you need internet installed, then guess what? That is the service you will have installed.
Exactly.
It's self-explanatory.
Exactly.
So if let's just say if Jimmy wants the best speed possible internet installed, that's what I'm going to install for him. Period.
Most definitely, man. Most definitely.
Number three, do not leave the premises for any reason. If you leave the crib without a child 18 or older at the site, then you won't get service. Do you leave your job without permission? No, you don't.
No, you don't.
So fair warning. You leave the premises for any reason and you're gonna leave a child there, you ain't getting no service.
Real shit, man.
Period. Number four, make sure your house is clean or at least decent, let alone you decent. If you have to smoke your weed, please don't smoke around me. Wait until we are done or go smoke it in the bathroom. If your house is unsafe inside or outside, then the job will not get done.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
5. Do not ask me every 5 minutes how long this job is going to take. Installing cable is a time-killing process, and it's not a walk in the park as many people think it is. We
Exactly.
actually have a whole. We actually have to do a whole lot of stuff plus some. If you have somewhere to be, just schedule at a later time. And number 5, it is not so freaking hard. Just because if the appointment is 8 to 10 does not mean we show up at 8 o'clock and we get done at 10 o'clock on the dot. No, there'll be a lot of stuff to be on y'all end that y'all been that that y'all fail to check or whatever. Like, hey, I had a couple people, man, that'll tell me they changing over from AT&T to not saying name, you know, done it for them. It take long, and it really does take long because you have to find the signal, make sure you get the good signal, this and that, all this and that, and whatever. And sometimes I think one job took me about like at least 4 hours because this lady had a whole bunch of bullshit in her house.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't too happy about that. So don't ask us every five. Don't ask whether and if there are people there that I'm speaking for all installers.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ask how long. Don't come up asking us how long it's going to take every 5 minutes. Just go sit your. Just I'm going to say it like this. Now being me, just go sit down, drink your cup of coffee, or drink your little cup, or drink your prune juice or whatever, and let me do my job.
This nigga said prune juice. The prune juice. What the fuck? Oh my goodness. You trying to get somebody to shit on themselves?
Damn shit.
That's what it's
And
for.
number six, yeah. And last but not least, do not attempt to install cable yourself. You'll make our jobs even harder by fucking up something you had no business messing with. So leave it to the pros.
Mm-hmm.
I done had a lot of guys, lot of customers come over, fuck up shit they ain't had no business fucking with.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like one customer today was so much in a hurry. Put it like this: he was so much in a hurry trying to get internet, he had to get his service activated. So you know what I had to do?
Mm-hmm.
I had to drive around the corner, back basically behind his house, to put up a new aerial install, which is a motherfucker. Because when you gotta pull that 80-some-pound ladder off the top of your truck and pull that motherfucker up to mount it on to where it need to go, so you can do what you got to do, and you did it twice in a day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you be pissed off too. You be pissed off too, and it's a job, and my job is tiring. But look, let me before I jump on to that, I was gonna leave it like this. If you get the cable, leave shit alone. Don't attempt to install shit yourself.
Exactly.
Don't. And I'm telling you this, fair fucking warning. Because I done had customers that come outright and just outright admit it. Like number five. I had one guy, old guy, ask me every 5 minutes how long this gonna take. How long this gonna take. Dude, sit your ass down. Leave me alone. I even asked dude if I could use his restroom, man, because I had to piss so fucking bad. He was talking about, oh, well, my wife's in there. How the fuck your wife gonna be in a bathroom that is upstairs where we at and it's empty?
Mm. Yeah, that's a rude ass. That's,
And yeah, and say what?
no, I'm basically saying that's
What
a
say,
rude
Jim?
ass customer. I'm basically saying that's a rude ass
Yeah,
customer.
and yeah, he was, and he was the opposite color of us, but that's okay. But that's all right. So he worried about my equipment and all this other shit. The man had a bad tap and the ground tap from the ground. He had a bad tap, and then the damn my meter reader was so fucking fucked up. We had to damn reschedule the job, and dude was pissed off talking about some, well, you gotta learn how to get better equipment. I'm like, man, get the fuck out. And I'm looking at him like, in my mind, it's like, man, get your old ass out of my face. Come up ask me every 5 minutes about how long it's gonna fucking goddamn take. And then, I remember this incident well. And then when he showed me, now he said he was switched from AT&T, right? Okay, now in the attic, okay,
Mm-hmm.
you know we can't step on the insulation.
Exactly.
Cause if we step on the parts with the insulation and the roof, we gonna fall through that motherfucker.
Ooh, yeah.
So tell me why this man gonna grab all these old ass cords and his direct TV splitter was way further up to a part where I can't get to. And then this man gonna tell me, oh well, I took all these cords here. So I trust that you can go through there and find a signal and handle that, can't you? And when he had his back turned, I let him know he was number one. Like, man, fuck you. Shit.
Yeah.
So if you follow all them, if y'all follow all these rules real good, and especially in the Memphis area, cause if I'm your tech, I expect you to comply.
Exactly.
If you be rude with me, guess what? And if to any customer, if you want to plan on getting stupid with me, guess what? Or plan on being petty with me,
Mhm.
I've always said on not only Let's Draw on Something, I've also said as Jimmy's co-host on the Jimmy JSmoove network.
Mhm.
And and this fall all under Libras. Not just a Libra, this just fall with me. If you want to plan on getting stupid and petty with me, you gonna be planning with the wrong one because I will fuck you up real quick. Because you plan on being rude with me when I'm installing your cable, you want to be a rude customer, I can be a rude tech because I will slap your ass with a no access so fast.
That's crazy.
Hell yeah. I'll slap your ass with a no I'll slap your ass in that work order, no access, put in the notes, customers being rude and belligerent, refuse to do job.
You have a right to refuse to do
No
so.
questions asked.
And you have a right to that because
Damn right.
a lot of shit can happen at somebody else's house. You on somebody else's home turf, so you have a right to walk away from that motherfucker. So you know it is what it is when it comes to that, man. So
Hell yeah.
again,
I mean, cause like, go ahead.
yeah, again, if
You
you
know,
in an apartment complex or renting out from anybody, make sure you're able to get that particular service for whatever service you have when it comes to installing cable or some type of internet service if you're a renter. If you're a regular home person, check your fucking wires. You
thank
wasting
you.
these people's time because they got to come back and then got to bring somebody else. You just holding up because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it can take an hour to get some installation done, and sometimes it'll take 4 hours. Sometimes it can take all fucking day because you motherfuckers out here are so goddamn stupid. I make sure I have all that shit situated before I even get that even done. You know what I'm saying? Make
Yep.
sure
Hey,
somebody.
hold that thought. Hey,
Go ahead.
hold that thought right quick. Talk
Mhm.
about something right quick. I gotta make a run to the gotta make a run
Go ahead. Handle your business.
to
Handle
the
your business.
porcelain throne.
Handle your business, though, man. But yeah, congratulations again to The Lion King for becoming the number one movie at the box office. And shout out to John Favreau for maintaining the purity of the movie. He was able to get James Earl Jones to reprise the role, and I think that was a good thing that he was able to do that. Being that James Earl Jones is approaching 90 years old, and we ought to appreciate our legends like James Earl Jones, who's done so much for black cinema, who's paved the way for people in black cinema. For him to get him, at his age now, we could lose him at any given time because he just recently lost his wife of 30 plus years, and he still lives in Mississippi. A lot of people don't know that. He still lives in the Memphis area. A lot of people don't know that, but yeah, it's just so. It's just an honor to have. It's just an honor to. It's just an honor to have that guy reprise that role again, and yeah, just congratulations to them again, and to me, the Lion King. This was like more like the black version of Lion King, and which was very well thought out, wrote out, and very organized and stuff like that. So, you know, congratulations to those guys for doing what they need to do to make that movie the best movie that they could possibly
Oh shit.
make. So it is what it is. Uh, I see
I'm
you
back.
back, man. I hear you back, man.
Yeah, yeah, and just kind of glancing through it, what Mom's turned on the TV. Um, she got on a movie on the Dove Channel with Pat Morita and the late great Pat Morita and Reggie White in it. I don't know what the name of it is, but I was like, damn.
Hmm.
You know, because I forgot Reggie White was in the movie. So,
Mm-hmm.
but but yeah, man, continue saying what you saying, because man, I got stories, and you know, it's like what Jimmy said, man,
Yeah, I
and
mean,
and I can understand that. I can understand if your home is new, because I'm gonna tell you something. Out further out in Oakland, I love doing them jobs out there in Oakland and some parts of Arlington.
mhm,
5 wires is already ready and labeled.
exactly.
I don't feel like going through no little used ass house and be a shitload of damn wires everywhere just to find that damn one. And then I got people calling me talking about, well, what's taking you so long out there? Fuck the fuck.
Yeah,
I said, man, you need to get all this, you know. And I had to tell one of my suits, man, I'm like, you need to see all this shit they got up here in this damn attic. Ain't my fault.
mhm, and again, it could take less time, and it could take hella time. But let people do their fucking job, man. When it comes to installing any damn thing at your house, and have that shit organized. If you're a renter, know whether or not you're able to do that because you might not be able to do any of that shit, and that could suck. But it is what it is. So just
Yep.
make sure
And
you are.
also, it hold that thought again. And also, if you fucking smoke weed around me or whack weed mixed mixed with
Mhm.
that rock, no access. I'm gonna slap a no access on your ass.
Oh yeah, I agree. I
It's
agree.
like I said, if you got to smoke your weed, wait. Either here two things: either go smoke it in the bathroom or wait till we done, or go smoke it in your car.
Hmm. Hmm.
Do something.
Oh yeah, I agree. I agree. Totally agree.
Oh, and that applies to cigarettes as well. I don't like cigarettes. That shit get all in your clothes, hell, get all in your shoes, your hair. Shit.
Oh yeah, man.
So if y'all take heed to those 6 tips, I would be just fine and make my job easier.
Exactly. Totally agree with that, brother. Totally agree with that,
Yep.
man.
But
Totally
other
agree
than
with
that, other than the fact that let's draw on something that episode 21 has finally returned, got anything you like to add, man?
nothing else, brother, man. Just man, subscribe to my boy page, man, and just keep doing what you're doing, bro. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah, and then we apologize for the connection issues, cause yeah, and speaking of hangouts, Jimmy, fill all my listeners in on what's going on in that end there. Did you ever get in
Well,
contact with them?
YouTube, man, it's so fucking hard to get in contact with them sons of bitches. It's crazy, bro. But I try to get in contact with them. It's just they. It took take so fucking long to get to the damn phone. I couldn't even like fuck with them. But as far as we know, Hangouts will end on August the 1st. So we will try to do what we can to get this show rocking and rolling, man. Because YouTube is really with the funny shit, man. And they need to stop making all these unnecessary ass changes because the Hangout leaks is more simplified than the so-called webcam link that they have now. But stop stop making so many motherfucking changes because Hangouts is pretty much simple. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it can be an asshole, but all you gotta do is send a person an email or call somebody from the Hangout links, and bam, they're online. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is when it comes
Mm-hmm.
to that. But yeah, we're gonna try to find a way that to continue to do the show and shit like that. So with that, man, you know what I'm saying. Thank you for having me on the show again, and man, continue to subscribe to my boy, man.
No doubt. Oh, hey, by the way, did you check out my protege's little short film he did?
Oh, the short film. What's the guy's name again? You lost me there.
Davier.
Who? I mean, you went in now, brother.
Da- Davier is Davea. Davier Holmes.
Javier Holmes. I haven't taken a look at it, brother.
Yeah, because I shared it
Unfortunately.
through your YouTube thing, man.
Okay, yeah, I'll take a look at it then. Yeah, if you share to do that, yeah, I'll see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Big shout out to him, by the way, man. He's getting ready to go to Japan for studies in Japan and stuff, so he won't be back until next year. So
Cool.
man, yeah. So proud of him in that endeavor, man. He did what he said he had to do.
Hmm.
Plus some. He did what he said he was gonna do, plus some and more. So hey, shout out to his mom, man. I'm not gonna say her name. I know who she is, but and then because now her nest is totally empty.
Yeah.
Her oldest son in Japan. She got her two twin boys. They in college, and her youngest, she's about to go to UT Chattanooga,
Oh yeah.
and she's gonna be taking up marine biology.
Okay. Cool beans, man. Cool beans.
So yeah, her nest is practically empty. So she got a college graduate. Let's start from the bottom. One going to college, two gonna be finishing college probably in about another 2 more years,
Hmm.
2 years or either year or two, and her oldest is finished with college.
Okay.
So that's it. I mean, shit, her nest is clean and empty.
Oh yeah.
But other than that, man, like Jimmy J said, with the hangout situation, hangouts may no longer be, but we'll figure out something. And I advise everybody else that like to do hangouts live and stuff like that. You guys need, people should figure out something else as well. But other than that, man, episode 22, I don't know what we're gonna talk about. Well, I'm lying. I'm gonna put Jimmy JSmoove on the spot because he and I we may do a watch along. We're gonna see how this works. And the
Okay.
watch along is, and the watch along, we're gonna do some film study.
Hmm.
We're gonna
Oh
break
yeah.
down, even though Iowa State is known for their high-powered offense. We are gonna break down one of the most original defensive fronts that the NFL won't even have the fucking balls to copy and still won't get right. The 3-3-3 front. And it gave Memphis problems when Memphis basically shit the bed when they basically played a home game in the AutoZone Liberty Bowl game against Iowa State. So we're gonna do probably, I'm gonna do my little research of it. If my job can will let me learn how to have some free time after I get done with jobs and shit. Cause I've been behind on my drawing for a lot, man, for about a couple of weeks. So I gotta get back started, get back in the groove on that shit. But yeah, we're gonna do some film study. I know I'm gonna be doing some research. Gonna be taking notes on what we seen and what we didn't see, and what we like about it and what we don't like about it. But yeah, because Jimmy did say he was gonna be doing some film study. So
Oh
we'll
yeah.
probably do that. We'll probably do a little watch along, see how that works.
Most definitely.
So other than that, man, we're gonna wrap it up here tonight. I think everywhere, if anybody viewed this video, and sorry for the delay, I was, like we said, Jimmy was having hangout link issues and audio issues when he came in. So we apologize for that. But other than that, it my co-host is your guy, Jimmy JSmoove from the Jimmy JSmoove Network. He represents the 901. Now he represents the 832. Y'all know how he do. If y'all don't, y'all should get a clue. And I and Craig L. Smith II for Let's Draw on Something. And with further ado, out on behalf of Jimmy J and myself, the pleasure has been all
It's all
yours. Peace out, y'all. We out.